isn't this crazy? I just hit record on my last YouTube video. I've been doing this for 6.5 years now. I've learned so much about how to... B-roll just went off, sorry everyone. I learned so much on how to film, like what camera quality is, and all things 4K. Like, I've learned so much. Like, I was an idiot 6.5 years ago. I learned how to edit videos on iMovie and Premiere Pro, and hopefully eventually Final Cut Pro if I can get some money for that. But there's so much that I've learned over the past few years doing YouTube. I've uploaded thousands and thousands of videos across multiple channels, and I couldn't even tell you, like, I'm sure I don't even remember half the videos I've recorded because some of them are really dumb, but every video I've ever recorded has led me up to this moment, to this video. I know I'm hyping up this video to be this great thing, but it's not that exciting. I don't know if some of you noticed that in previous years I've always done like a video where it's like recapping all the Apple products that should come out in the year, and I didn't do one of those this year because I knew from the very beginning that I was going to be leaving. I've known that for a long time, so I figured, why don't I just do my Apple predictions for the next 2 years starting right now. That's what we're gonna do. Now, for the first little bit, it's gonna be easy, but then it's gonna get harder because the further you go out, the harder things get. Let's start with later this year. Like, we've already had WWDC, we already know iOS 18 is coming out this fall, but we also know iOS 18 was such a huge update that the phones aren't going to be as big of an update. They'll still have some nice features. We're looking at A18 Pro for the Pro phones. Pretty, basic update, but we're getting that camera slider. We can zoom in and out like a normal camera type of thing. And with the regular iPhone 16s, we're looking at an A17, maybe a Pro chip. I don't know. I guarantee you it's getting Apple Intelligence, so however Apple wants to brand that, maybe it's getting an A18 and the Pros are getting an A18 Pro. We don't know. Apple's been so weird with the chips the past few years. And then, so yeah, obviously Apple Intelligence. We're also looking at an action button for this phone. But again, for iPhones, it's not going to be a huge update because we have a huge software update. Also, this fall, we should be looking at a new Apple Watch Series 10. We're looking at a new design with some new bands, maybe a magnetic band connector. If Apple wants to continue their trend of having an Apple Watch SE every 2 years, this would be the year. They came out with one in 2020 and 2022, so this would be the perfect year for that. Also, with the new design and everything, I think Apple Watch SE would be perfect to just give it a new chip, call it a day, because the new design is going to be crazy enough anyway that a new Apple Watch SE isn't that crazy and out of the picture for it to happen. And then also the new Ultra probably getting the new band connector, same probably updates as the Series 10, but it's not going to be that monumental. And then I also think we could be getting AirPods 4th generation with some, maybe, I think, volume stems. I think it's going to get the speaker in the case. I think it's going to get Apple Watch charging. And then also, I really hope we get AirPods Max by the end of the year with USB-C, a new case, new colors, and a new chip, obviously, with the H2 chip. It really needs that update over everything, and then I do actually think that we could be seeing some new iPads by the end of the year. I think we can get an iPad mini with maybe an A17 chip if they want it to get the Apple Intelligence. I could see them doing that. I don't know if they'll put like an M2 chip in there. They've been doing that with their other iPads, but maybe they'll put that. But I also could see them just totally sticking with an A17 and that being fine for the iPad mini. And then I also think we are due for an iPad 11 update. iPad 10 came out 2 years ago, so it would be perfect for it to come out this year again. I think all they'd really be doing though is giving an A16, maybe A17 if they want to give it Apple Intelligence features. Depends on how hardcore Apple wants to be getting everyone these Apple Intelligence features. I don't know. iPad 11 isn't going to be a huge update, but I feel like it needs the spec bump right about now. I know they just updated the MacBook Air a couple months ago, but the M4 chip is out, and usually they start with the lower end. Besides, for this last M3, they didn't. So I think we could get a MacBook Air and MacBook Pros with M4. Maybe not. That might be pushed till spring next year. But I think the best route for Apple to go is actually update the Mac Mini with an M4 chip. Because of all that products, I think that one needs it the most. It's been updated the least recently. So I think the Mac Mini is the best route for Apple to go if they want to update any more Macs the rest of the year. And then I also think we could see an Apple TV with an A17 chip by the end of this year. If not, it will be probably early next year. It's been a while since we've had an Apple TV update. And that's all that I think could come out at the end of this year. Some could get pushed back. But then the ones that I don't think will be coming out this year, but could be coming out in 2025, I think we got Mac Studio, HomePod, and iPhone colors in the spring next year. They've been rumors for like a screen on a HomePod. They could be that. They could be just updating the HomePod Mini because that kind of needs an update, maybe a chip or whatnot. We need some Apple Intelligence on some HomePods, so honestly, they could update any of their HomePods. I don't know where they're taking the HomePod in direction, but I feel like we could get some HomePod update by the spring of next year. Future Riker here, totally interrupting. I had totally forgotten about the iPhone SE 4th generation. That could be rumored for the spring next year. It's been rumored. I think it could totally happen. It's looking like it wants an iPhone 12 design type thing. So the SE could be looking like the iPhone 12. Maybe it won't have Face ID, it'll have like Touch ID in the side button or something like that. Just one camera, maybe two, but I kind of doubt it. I feel like it needs two. So if Apple can do that, they better be putting 2 cameras on there. Yeah, so iPhone SE, probably USB-C for a lower price. And that's probably going to be replacing the iPhone 13s in the lineup right now. For WWDC next year, I don't think we might not be getting any hardware next year either. Maybe a Mac Pro. If they don't update the Mac Pro by next WWDC, I think they're gonna wait another 6 years before they update it again. But if Apple wants to like give it the newest chip, I think it needs to be updated by next WWDC for it to be up to date. Maybe fix some complaints that people have had where it's not upgradable or something. I don't know if they could do that, but just give them some ideas. And then for September of next year, iPhone 17, the base model should be getting 120 hertz. That's been rumored for quite a while now. A19 chip, obviously, maybe more AI features. Then obviously the iPhone 17 Pro, I think we're getting the hole punch camera layout finally. The dynamic island is finally shrinking to the hole punch, hopefully. And that's why 120 hertz can finally go to the base models, because there's something a little different. In previous years with the base model iPad, they've been updating it every year, but they skipped it last year. So if they want to do a 2-year cycle, maybe we don't get an iPad 12. But if we did get an iPad 12, I'm thinking, hey, maybe we get an A17 chip and a laminated display, but that also could be pushed off till 2026. And then I think by this point, we should get iPad Pros and iPad Airs again with M5 chips, and the iPad Air should get M3 and M4. We just had the huge update with the iPad Pro, so I don't think they'll redesign it very much or anything. So I don't think either of those iPad updates are gonna be that crazy. Maybe they lower the price or update the storage or something, but I don't know. iPads are pretty boring. Also, fall of 2025, new Apple Watch. We should be getting the Series 11. I think by then Apple should update the blood oxygen monitor, so that's they should have that back in the Apple Watches. I think giving them a year and a half is just fine to make up a new design or pay out or something, because it's going to be weird for them to not bring back that feature. I don't know if it's going to be ready by the Series 10 this year, but definitely by the Series 11, they should have that feature come back. Maybe we could get body temperature checking. Hopefully you could be like, oh, I'm 98.6. I would really love that feature. That's like I could care less about the blood oxygen monitoring and the EKG. I could really use a body temperature checking though. That would be really convenient. And then I do think by that point in the fall of next year that we could be getting new AirPods Pro 3rd generation, or technically it's 4th generation, just new AirPods Pro. Probably it's only gonna be a new chip. Honestly, I wasn't really expecting much with the AirPods 2nd generation, so they could throw some surprises and update some new things, maybe new colors, who knows. I think AirPods Pro 3 are due by that point in time. We could also see a new Apple Vision Pro by the end of next year. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the Vision Pro or a Vision Lite or what it is, but they're saying it could be lighter, cheaper, and maybe $2,000. I don't know if they're talking about like they're just making another model that's lighter, cheaper, and $2,000, but they're still gonna be the Vision Pro that's $3,500, so maybe there's 2 models they're thinking about. I don't know, but I do think there should be a Vision Pro update by the fall of next year. And then coming to 2026, I think we could start off with some MacBook Air, MacBook Pros with M5 chips, Mac Mini with an M5 chip, and iPhone 17 with some new colors, and maybe an Apple TV with an A19 chip. Maybe I'll miss WWDC. Maybe there's some fun updates there, some more Macs or whatnot. Maybe that's when they actually come out with an Apple Vision Pro. But by then, I should miss that WWDC, but by July of 2026, I should be back. So we'll see how much I just told you was right. Maybe M5 doesn't exist yet. Maybe M5 does. I guess we'll see. This was an interesting video. It'll be funny to react to this in the future. It is time to finally say goodbye to YouTube for the next 2 years. And just remember, just because I'm gone, I actually pre-recorded 3 YouTube videos that are going to be releasing before I get back. Hopefully they aren't too outdated by the time they release. You should be expecting 3 videos in the next 2 years. I try to fit in a 4th one, but I just never had the time, so I'm sorry about that. The 3 videos that are coming out are going to be funny, and I hope you really enjoy them. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And peace out.